HI ba. So the platelets help the clot. We say we child now bleed there na but the black be about platelets in a start this process no. In this obi or na the problem is say obleed p be or problem near platelets. Into no ye the whole blood ne ko laba na ya centrifuge near ye platelets no kwa if into a separate bag na ye the abemasa individual no.
Okay.
Plasma no so no no so can helps in the clotting obi so wa ne moja do no na aba form but red cells in the obi. So we can give them the plasma. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, cut the about misconception of blood donation when I was South. So if you can add more, what are then no coffee alpha blood donation hono makase be say HIV obenya HIV obi say obecha shebi ohompa you know my blood donation something like a token say, oh, thank you for donating blood, and people feel entitled to that. So because oh, million milk no more means, you know, what are some of the misconceptions that we are?
Yeah, in the senior kind, we've mentioned some. We see the blood in your rituals, but which process all the blood goes through the system. It's all accounted for. Ubia ni who with me if you are bonting aba yimoja ewo blood bank or the acquire rituals. And I don't know, but those who believe in say with me edu moja acquire rituals no. Umoja watching or blood bank no be fan of the rituals be here na I don't.
But really, you have organizations or more but say okay yeah blood donation into as a citizen how can I identify say way any Ghana health service na yejuma and we need blood center na yejuma how will I identify?
So typically or more announce here they mention that I mean, this blood donation is with the National Blood Service. Okay. And I mentioned so the blood bank, 37 military hospital blood bank or Rage Hospital blood bank. You can know from the advertisement. And number 2, you know. Okay. If National Blood Service, who the National Blood Service logo there, if it's the other hospitals to their personnel, there'll be something there a bit about that. Yes. Okay. But if you the other misconceptions that people have say, oh, obina infection. Rather no, chese obiwo infection be our own name. Inti obe donate mum and I give one ya freno ama we kunya treatment. So it's what I benefit. Yeah. That misconception is very bad. Or more almost spread this rumors no more high because rather there are people blood donation na bomb. Ni BP was through on call hospital to nim. But that or bar donation sites no is one of the things we do to screen. Into a check blood pressure and it was stropa and abuano. So blood donation will not make you sick. It will rather help us identify say problem be or na ya. And maybe the last misconception is so imoja you faint when you be chin and that's also it happens sometimes but it's very rare. The percentage is very low. Very, very low. And there are things we do to prevent all of that. Okay. If you listen to the instructions, you won't have that problem. Don't drink a lot of fluid. Now I know. Then they will have that dizziness. I say, will be collapsing. You know, when you finish donating, the blood service will give you a snack because you say, "Unum na volume piano you can replace some of it."
Obet me mention some of obet me
So typically right after donation there won't hear more fluid no. Okay. So it can be it can be water. Water is very important. Drink a lot of water. And then any beverage that you can get. Any beverage. The sugary drinks not also. So if it's not a sugary drink, all the better. But if that's what you have, it's good. You can drink it. So any beverage, you drink it, get a lot of fluids. Then after some time, you can eat a heavy meal. Okay. You'll be fine. Okay. We
mentioned fainting, rare, but are there any side effects? Okay, blood donation. Are there any side effects that we should look out for?
So. Generally, we feel blood donation sites. We catch say if you start feeling faint, I say when you switching wakoma bon tem we have a number that we give to everybody, so call us immediately.
Okay.
But apart from that, no, obia obe donate, the next day we call you to find out how you are doing. Until obia obe make am huge ma, if I donate they call me and then the so we'll call you. And then we also mentioned that if you start having so you have a little pain when the needle is going in. Now your chimojani rain, so I be a moving on sa ubeti pain kakra. But who notices still moja eba, please rush back. So who notices the next day, 2 days, I said still yeah, and the pain is getting worse. So back. All these things they rarely happen.
Okay.
In 3 years, it's just once no being pain for long. And no cry when we checked, it wasn't anything like it's not needle inko boom come. Sometimes that's what people are afraid of. No, it won't happen. But Yebeka Sanema we actually say we notice BBS patcho sign bra or give us a call on our number. Na into me assist you.
You uncle be who ha umesi margin piece blood donation day. Omunye bita. Then advice na ode be mo.
Oh, they have to. Me encourage you say dream say obobi. Because I mentioned earlier, I said we've seen many people and we also spoke about the long process in when the blood is donated to when it's ready to be given to someone. We have a lot of blood so that obiaba in need obinebi. So we can't have it unless we all donate. Intimation among crime, I said, think about all the people who need blood. Think about your duty, in helping others who need blood. And we don't like talking about these things, but benefits kakra Emma wa because you are frequently going check your apumudenti. If there's something, we'll pick it up. The research in UK, say omo donate blood frequently, no. Omo we are less likely to get heart disease. This is recent, and then me na me no akati o ma shedam pese obetri moja. No, omo here and it's published.
Yeah.
That reduced incidence of heart disease with omo moja frequently, and the blood donation may help. But another reason, so they say, every time we buy a check your pulse, a check your BP, all these things. So if there's a problem, in term now work with doctor, and then we work on it for you. You see, so it's a very good thing, and I encourage everybody to be ambo modding.
If I am start of blood donation till the end, I mean as an individual, say me blood donation as then preparation as me, and then from your end, munya blood now, what is the process to the end?
Okay. So I'll just try and summarize it so that nobody gets bored. We're speaking about some of the things you coming to donate. Prepare. I'm going to donate blood. So be well rested, and you'll be our brain over. Then you've eaten on that morning, and then you come to the blood donation center. We will register you. You can say your name, your age, your phone number. I've mentioned why we need those things already. Then you go through the screening process. Until screening, what happens? We need to make sure, say, number one, blood donation now and how you will not have any negative effect on you. And then number two, so say, nipa and insabe kasa mujano enkohano. So we do two things. We do an examination for you. Tiebe check your weight, your pulse, your blood pressure. We also check your HB. Into be or say na me ami nimoja. We dem who's nimoja. Be or na drink keke. So when you come, you better check it. Except say Dr. Diga Kacha say umuja sa, and umuja was srododo. A problem into go doctor. I know na e be a my own trimoja, but come, you better test it. Into our former won't let you donate. We'll rather get you help. So the clinical services department and so or doctors waiting for our problem ni BP was thrown, a pulse or form, and they'll attend to you. Into yes examination we are. Then there's also a health screening. So there's a questionnaire. Obi abetwi moja ebe bisa questions be because Senator can want to make sure that you will be safe after donating. And number 2, nipa ya di moja be man no so also be safe. Ti be bisa questions be to say o ebi ayare bi wo so ana what cause okotwi moja da ye say ye ma ontwi and the reason ebi recently why a surgery recently ama moja recently winya yare bi just to make sure say we are ensuring safe blood for the person who received the blood and now we are ensuring so say wow betri moja no be safe into answer our questions we need now we sign a consent form.
Okay.
So when you sign the consent form, then it means that you now qualify to donate. That's you've also passed, there's no problem with HB, no hemoglobin is okay, blood pressure is okay, pulse is okay, BBI fine. Now we will also check say we did it one means you kakra, then we let you relax. Relax kakra. Then the blood donor staff do prepare all of your things into blood bag, I bet you moja, baby obeda, make everything ready for you. Put the barcode on the blood bag, make sure say baby okay, near fell. So when you come and lie on the blood donation bed. It's more like a chair, recline chair.
Okay.
And then you relax. Then they prepare the area, and usually we go here into the anti-cubital fossa.
And so be bana so stra. Mo will be all better in channel in Nakasa. And I say Mujanasa.
Yes, no. So the donor care, that's what we call them, donor care staff, nurses and technical assistants. They are very experienced in their work. Into Oba, they are with you throughout. And we have many of them. Into Ebia Nipa or Oblide, the person who is putting the needle in Woho. And then there are other staff also around. So if we notice say we be a nipa say osro ase ne ho popo obi jina won chen no obi so no kasa.
Okay.
So it's like someone is calming you down while the other person is breaking you. So we always take extra precaution with obia when we say osro kakra. Inti when we prepare the area we clean it well and person obia benya infection. We take very good care of our clients. Very, very good care of. So we clean the area, prepare it, then the needle goes in. So when the needle goes in, the blood will begin to flow into the bag. The donation process and kasano is just 5 to 10 minutes. A few people may go a little beyond 10, 12. Rarely no people do 15 minutes. Very rarely. But the blood goes into the bag. And Maminka say, yeah, Obibeko Kochimoja no who say blood bag na yemienu and that was see ya Chimoja mienu dabi. For everybody we take 1 unit of blood, which is about 450 mils.
Okay. About
450 mils of blood. Pure water sachet, less than 1, and so 1 sachet of water. Now, Ushani Pediana, everybody you have about 9 to 10 sachets in you of blood. That's the amount of blood we have. Maybe I'll be there from 8 to 10. Ye back ye less than 1. Inti body no bet me adapt. Inti ye chase out 1 unit now. Like I said, if it's 2 bags, it means that omo the call lab acquire components, but the blood will go into just 1 bag, into ubetrin bag. Nobody takes more than 1 unit. When the blood finishes, back near then the nurses will clip it, they'll take out the needle and dress the area for you. And usually number will say, keep your hand this way for some time. For pressure too, so because the bleeding must stop. Bleeding needs stop here, then they'll put a plaster on it for you. And Omega just a plaster, me plaster no. Let it be there for a long time. They'll tell you, say, they give you a number of hours. And the reason is that blood donation needle no son kakra. It is a wee plaster in term do doa. Infection be to me about area. So keep the plaster on. Into year, then you the donor, Nipa Wachimojano, will take you to the refreshment area. Your mouth will be bianom with maybe a little biscuit, would ask you to rest for a while. You relax kakra. Then maybe a few minutes, you won't say, well, you're okay, then you go. But for people who are donating, from voluntary donors, no, we have a card that we give to them. And but unfortunately, I left it. I wanted to show you my card.
Okay.
It's a red small booklet, maybe this size. And everyone who is a donor, we give you that card. And it is our pride as blood donors because it shows that we are donating to help people. So we prepare that for you. It has the number of donations you've done. And there are many people who have done 100, 80, 60. Yes, people donate so much. Until when you go, now the blood you have donated, the whole bag also goes to the lab. And then we spoke about some of the processes. We test for the blood type, we test for the infections. If it's a unit, you be components, you be platelets or plasma, then we separate into the components as well. Then it is stored at the blood bank. Then when a patient needs blood, he be to me a request it. No more beji at their command.
One of our viewers today, me control the moving free red book no to digital one. See, I call electronic to paper ones.
We'll look at that. We'll definitely look at it.
Interviewers will share a higher WTV consulting room. Now, you need Dr. Pinto at Chichun for blood donation, and we are aware that when information free must say blood donation is very important. Into a whole drinking kona koye se wo wa kwanya se obe donate blood kona ko donate because through that no obe hu your blood type obe hu if you have any infections and as obe tumi aboa obi tuma we donate blood inti remember saying ye ne wona ye program ni ye den ho abaye ba ye be phone lines no na we to me edo questions and na say bibi a twentwen waje obe tumi dia ba na doctor wa ha say onyanya twetwen inti ye dan ye ho aba. Stay tuned.
That's foul. Coco I am team. Anyway, female strappings. Miss Menagobio. Test bio any capsules. So the mawa. See Coco I am team. Why female strappings in a timid set. Namison and say why fee yare or choir sabia. And no mercy when you're malaria. Me call ya no mammy malamis. Me buy an and ben malam see wifey. And you don't know crown what to see say. Me cry when yamekwa. Oh mammy tonic be. Bra. Mrs. say me share to move.
Hey, honey, and your baba na can and wasn't son.
Oh, baby. Oh, my baby. And you were Shannon, open for or bad time. All my abofra no for, and I abofra only in fear to me 8 me for surgery.
Obanya Biato, our pharmacy shop, herbal shops, and over-the-counter medicine at 0599 415191 0544174461 and 0208 161800.
Therefore, Adiachi Bio. Ye call ye na so ye ko die ye rade adomunti ye nyina ya sorry e mofra ko mu suku edwumayfo so ko omunyuma so se wo son da yo se wan son da yo ye ka kire sorry na shere sorry na shere dwumadie ya no pabosu dwumadie bi a ye de bre yen se de be ya ye betimi enyini e wo hunhu na yenyi wo hunamu ne mpo etimi yenyini ewo adwene mu said ye be ya ye nyina betimi akyekere oman na ya akyekere asafo na afi kura yetimi akyekere busua
ye be hwe nsem a ekoso oman Ghana eni wiase afa na nyina
ye be fa nsem yi efi ko ankrata mu ene abefo internet so
anape bia ye nsem a ema enidaso eni insatwaye ebebre ye de onyankopon asem bebre na ya hwe so e de aboye bra afi kan ye hu anape bia na ye mfa enije nsem embre
Enunti afi kan ye ho
Anita Kwaku
any Reverend Ajika Vincent Agdomenu ewo Wesleyan TV so afi obetimi ahwe on WTV Ghana ewo Facebook so na afi Wesleyan TV Ghana ewo YouTube so sorry na sharing
wake up to a purposeful day
Jumadi aboafo bi te se
All Insurance multi-credit savings and loans
ana Methodist University Ghana ana aso yasen
Ashafo ye mama kwa baziba Western Television Consulting Room wo ye there was time bia done WTV to hade na ehehen ye chechun komo afa blood donation ho na Dr. Pento wa hase wa chechen how process able to me afa am a blood donation and all that intino ye be phone lines no na wo wasem bisa na say wo bibi a twentwen wa adwen ho obetumi afrɛ na doc wa hade wetumi answer mom na doc answer ne be fa phone lines no some controversies be wo ho obi say me be donate blood free nti aden na so be here blood especially say me na me donate blood na say me family member be here blood aden na say metieska na ansa na menya blood no na say metieska na sika no mo de yeden and e ko hwan ho
okay nti that's a very important question when bisa nka me sure say call abi bisa ya de ejire amanfo adwene pa na yeah it's because of sasika no it's called the processing fee you are not paying for the blood. Hey, what's the make bro fododo? Onyemo jano hu count eritia. Etia processing fee, aba processing hu count eritia. You can't etwi moja na ice chest bi wo ha what be shim. Na wa collab or fridge him. Na what be here test wa ha. Them test no or your reagent. No dey call lab na e call your tester. No bo yezen pa. Yes, into them tests pia worry wo moja no ho no. Ono hu count eritia. Plus fridges na freezers pia osi blood bank wa what's muja shema u keeping safe till time ebe babeji ezakoma we busunya on tap no. That is what we are paying for, that process, that because it has to be paid for, it has to, and actually them sika yitia or hospitals abra yehia mujano, that's not the full amount. Government afabi and the blood service too takes on some cost to bring it to that amount that ebitia abra ekoji mujana. So it's I understand why people feel that way because miko imujana won't ameka wonti them sikana with your noko hwana ho on a would be your light bill what the better reagents for the test.
Doc, my main boy phone lines near to phone lines near 025-625-3461 another 053-835-0625 into your Godfred our line so somewhere about Godfred what you mean ka Patrick Yemo Akaba Zeba Western Television so consulting room.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Beginning. Now, the person in this as I say, much myself. Most of the will be not impression going on. The bitch I have a journals and more issue. But as I say, we are in case of emergency apple. Now, Munya Mojano into you are once when you come on Sapa, Nasa, like that, and Bruno, being less animal, cigarette, near the panel, yes, I did a it's in the Sanipa, besides the Sanipa. The Mojano, which you had their movie, I'm the money we are. The parent to me, so be I want to swallow.
Okay, into Godfred will be say say infection or blood you more ya day. Na say so be so no munsa then moye fa blood no ho. Sana wo question it.
But person will be say, "Obi o be a what does it is yeah some and then you get new you I want to know jano at the mobile. If you are more no fishing here but some of the man as of friendly by mojana I donate a bit to me if I need to the man to me ahano.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The next question is say, a man, a man, why would you like? I'm waiting and I said, so because of that, and man to be a woman teaching in Chino. The Moya Pichi, and I was it.
Okay, okay, Godfred, yeah, that's it. And see, Faustina free of your phone call. Faustina, what's a minka? Yeah, mama. Okay, yeah, mama, about consulting room.
I'm told. But sorry, person is that doctor said. The way I was trying to tell you now, the maybe me put trap and they quack we Mudana, me will assure me. Me take the BBA. Me check you know. Now a friend is saying, me go ball tambourine. It's almost friend, almost friend, and the cotton Bojana, then this would be. And so the way out there, and there is that way, is a man. Me carry all right, but me made that just said me a day. Me bought tambourine, yeah. I was saying, can be relaxed. The only way now, no battery Robert on my thinking. Because if the people who are taking away in the battle, you say, or what tambourine, we are a better.
Okay. Okay. Madam Faustina, yeah, was saying. And to dog over to me for 2 questions here about Godfred.
Okay. But I wanted to write them so that I don't.
Into Godfred no visa say infection or blood pneumonia moye anything na so bi so no munsa what's the risk of donating blood.
Okay. Inti you can there say a test moja no donate hu there obi one infection then moja ne emfa mo bia ono we treat it na ya to action na say obi no munsa another way hard drugs never me can ye screening inti Obia one numensa in the past few hours. I bet then son of bono hono yema undonate. Because the men son da ho ni moja nim. No pono it's not because oye ende obe how nipo bi nyamoja no but our numensa na se etu moja ne collapse I be ne den. Ehu. But ode ye nyanta se so there insana or he mentioned some drugs, some hard drugs like weed nazi. No on chair when you paduanim until beer nankasa we tum one nantoa ba blood donation center wa fill in a form wa sign wa checking we be okay no it's likely there the effect of the drug is gone.
Okay.
Now them adeno so obi tan no mensa another some drug it's typically no on affect ni moja Maya can in the immediate period they be a one mensa p now but that one won't let you donate but obi no mensa but he hasn't drank alcohol time will be donating that blood is safe to be given to somebody to take obisa so the benin ni moja na bisia ni moja mo hina na no yet then well yin who difference be them American is the HB hemoglobin or what red blood cell nim no ye juman. That's the main reason why we transfuse people, and there are other things. But main reason, and hemoglobin no tumi ejuma on found there besia ni moja na benin ni moja nti. So what ma moja word pa one throw there a benin no yi and a besia no yi.
Doc, for Sylvia. Sylvia will line so from Kumasi. Sylvia, you more about consulting room.
Yeah, and never so the question is saying my blood donation twice. Na me no sa red book no omo show say me blood type O positive. At that time I didn't know my blood type. Later on, I'm call hospital, meaning saying I'm call hospital. And more cheering blood, I'm saying a B positive. And I want to know, say, that time now, blood type, oh no, more training, I'm not say blood type, oh. How would they, like, mean to say this? How would they know, say,
So what assessor?
Okay. Now, a year old now, would they have one more? Would they use or they would discard it?
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Answer no be the question. Yeah, answer Faustina.
Faustina. You see, Faustina say na okay no anke say o more relax kakra. But yeah, say you call a sorry ne ade sometimes it be another time ni bi ti omo. Inti fa chen I'm sure maybe on that day no na a time inti press for time no msi o patcho brand yen ma but senior waka no we should have waited inti senior waka I'll relay the message now we'll make sure say every time we are making everybody
na ono so blood na so relax it I'm say after that no kobo town
yes inti patcho after donation to I know you can say right after donating you don't have to do any vigorous activity ube imoja kai baby sao say ene u free ha u koye dwumaden ana u kan yes aye ma on twimoja because these things can happen.
Yemfa the graft from Casa the graft in Pachote Minka Yamawaji na Doba consulting room.
Okay, now but doctor say obi beso obedono blood na say infections be on the blood ma na betu chairman ana and so treatment is it free of charge and also WTV.
Okay.
And the second question here maintain from the beginning we na yes the blood group type na you to me donate bet me if I move for severe possible.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Nti yen answer we na yen Sylvia there no or say the blood type no e change is it possible?
So yes, on paper blood type it may change and there are scientific reasons that I don't think we should go into, but no near common. What is more common say ebia one of the tests may have been a mistake.
Okay.
They happen and no tina every time unze ni moja obeyi ye no ombeche ni say O positive. That's what is on the bag. A chef regime. But ebia if I say patient A here blood it was surgical ward. Now yeah the doctor the request about blood banker omobeye test no from the beginning. Do test again from the start. Say what unit is this blood? Is it really O positive? Yes. No more for patient A moja ni bi. No more there be a friend cross matching.
Okay.
To make sure say yeah the same moja way O positive moja way in quote. Emma patient A unya reaction. So even if the mistake from the first O positive now it won't affect the patient because it makes sure that we always test again and sana yeah the moja nama will be fofro. I think say na the graft senior the grafts will be say about so be moja ni who say we na infection as and now a blood service no yen treating now we don't have funding to do that but senior health insurance here jumano your mal referral at the core primary care facility into himself this test was done say then they can continue from there. Okay. But unfortunately we don't do that yet but we also hope to improve so that we can help our donors better.
Okay. Yebefa Innocent from Western region. Hello Innocent.
Yeah.
Okay, yemo wakwaba. Pachobe to me bisa question.
My question I don't what I am America. O patient about the or
Innocent Pachombe to me a station here because yente ukasa ye.
Hello.
Yes, Pacho kwaso.
Me say America. They are patient our hospital. You see a patient there is not na media bia ofa nipa no be blood na fe to na sa bi moja na adi moja no na obedore ntia wo nipa na tia na ye fani e mani
okay you befa na nekwa from Kumasi na yaba. Hello Nanekuya. Good evening ma.
Pacho na mo.
Mpacho ye hu ye da sese we bisa.
Yeah, pa.
Pacho papo. Ana watu ndio wa mani. Pacho papa na na jitande. Sasa no kwa mmoja. Obausha obenye. Ya mao anyama dia. Obefia obaushu. Wajecha ya mayo dio. Adenkia. This is Milo Mok na Tapo. Number 2, Adentina. Obe awa. Etu wanchana bano kwa wantinenche mmoja. Wachama timunde. Luda watina wika mwani.
Yeah, that was so.
That was okay. Inti yen start we so ana.
My final caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Pacho, Woody.
From Solomon.
Solomon from Koforidia. Okay, yeah, that's it. Pacho, be to me, Akoso.
The Pacho, maybe the only question I mean, I say, now my wife, alcohol. Now, you can see be here blood. Intermediate be coy, nipa me no na me the coy. And I'm tested to ni na no se ba ko de befa. Ba ko enfa. In the course of birth, no mo stress le. Be nya moja ba. Ye wi no moja no when you subio. But me blood we no so na wo on bank. Me bi say blood no. No on bet me atu am obi. Na ma ko je me sika. Ana say enya ba sa dia reject ready. I don't know my question.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
I think say able to me start or question way so.
Okay.
We intina your advice say muja bia go directly to the blood bank and deal with the people at the blood bank. Middlemen be wo krum unze Ghana. But sometimes they can even give you once they are not working with us. Sometimes what they are giving you and then mujabia wakuyi baby, you know. If you deal with the right people moja ebia with your processing fee na dada omwe you so no say moja with your processing fee dada omwe you so no say obi foforo ehia sa moja no na say nipa ni tua processing fee na your money will be refunded to you. And no so please go through the right process. If you do that, say when you see mojano na with your processing fee no that remember say enye mojano na wutiaka. I'm say obi bisa as a question no
Temperature processing fee na say
I didn't check the exact figure. I don't want to say bibia wrong, but I think processing fee plus cross matching no so make some better test be plus cross matching no the last time I checked less than 400.
Okay.
But because I didn't check the exact figure, Wesleyan TV for now, they can let the viewers have it. Okay. But unipa be donate here, you are donating the blood. Intina yema usika, yenji usika. Then nipa ube you see blood no be to your processing fee for the process. Inti se mabe donate na me you see I mean to your shemeko. But ebia time and year wono at that hospital they didn't have blood. Inti oko another hospital. Then the hospital you brought the blood to, they should give the processing fee back to you. And I think Obisuka say, why don't pregnant women donate while breastfeeding? Because your body is working hard to feed another individual. Your body may not be able to produce more blood to replace what you have given. Obisu bisa about gifts that we used to give.
Mama no milo ne milk sisi amu fama ma dentia.
Sani o mani na no adofo nipa amoye adoye no mo de be che yen e wo blood service say oh mo koye donation mo fa sani o ma we ma mo we used to get those things. Nancy no yenyane pi. Inti ye wa ye de ma nancy ye ma shirt ye ma wristband milo kra nyama ye de ma. And sometimes so called donation driver corporate entities are organized. They give some of those things. So we do what we can.
Okay.
I think there was a last question. Someone was asking about which blood group can donate for
blood.
which.
Yeah, yeah.
Previously, I can say, oh yeah, universal donor and all those things. To an extent, it's true. You can give your blood to many people. But now you realize, everyone so be a wajimoja dano. It be our forming antibodies, so they can't necessarily receive O positive from this particular donor.
Okay.
So that's why the cross matching is very important. Inti uko shobo bibi no ma omuja bi na yenye test or lab menji. It's very dangerous. Cross matching is very important. Inti yes, O is still universal donor, which is more likely O negative. Ono bi tumi ama obi a. But ye test na ye bi hu say O blood way this individual and I say mano.
Okay. In terms of neighbor and the program no your last word from where you work then asem no ma obe catcher omo motion and omo munya release omo donate blood. And then secondly, what are some of the food that able to make to boost our blood in the body?
Okay. So quickly, two things. May encourage you to say donate blood. Be a donor. Just walk up to the donation center at Kolebu, the National Blood Service Building, the Greater Accra Regional Blood Center, the ground floor. Uba will take care of you and help you donate. And Asoreni Adeso organize blood drives. Thank you to all churches that do that. It's so wonderful. Mobwa Nkrofopi. So if your church also wants to do that, you can just get in touch with us. Our website, our numbers are there. You can just walk in. We'll help you do that. And also be an advocate for blood donation. Apart from donating, be ABOBC or I'm breastfeeding or the last time I went, they said I can't donate for some reason. Just encourage others to donate. And then briefly also in Riane, I will see a bit to me dear a bit boy. Ubia would donate moja dear. Uibino. You have to eat food that a bit boy or body need to build up. And routinely, you know, in Riane are rich in iron. So what foods are rich in iron? Offer meat, red meat, liver, they have a lot of iron. Woody, to say beans, and the green leafy vegetables, all these lettuce, they contain a good amount of iron. And vitamin C helps us to absorb the iron. Into woody in your way, you can add some orange juice. You can even take the vitamin C and drink it while you are eating. And always remember, add the vitamin C to the food. We did not know juice, no. So it helps your body absorb better.
Okay. Ashafo, unfortunately, I had number man. Yes, again, the program is there was there. I share consulting with Muslim TV consulting room Jumadi so Metna Muma Reverend Rose Dufo and Yakasa free Yakasa for blood donation who one able to make donated blood and processors able to mouth for money donated blood. Yet there was 1 hour friend now, there was a day Munyambre, Moshe and Namo friend. The best answer Babium next week Saturday for another interesting conversation. Now there was a Reverend sorry, Nakamaya for Reverend. Okay, dog. Yeah, there was a day nyambre na nyana bahade. Yearly preacher, I'm told. Oh, nyamison some
That's it. Thank you so much today and the Otton suffer.
Okay, yes, yeah, that's a saying nyambre baha. And viewers, yeah, there was a day in nyambre so na ashen. Yeah, next week Saturday. Stay blessed.